I can say honestly, I've changed the topic of this video like 15 times. I was going to talk about middle school, then a car chase I was in, and a couple other things, and then finally this. Not like 15 things, but you know what I'm saying. Those other ones would probably be way more exciting, but I have wanted to talk about this for a while, and it's something that plagues every single high school in the United States. Some of the people watching this video, which is probably going to be like 12 people, probably do it themselves, and I will admit that I do it. And that topic is vaping. If you are a high schooler, maybe even a middle schooler in the United States of America, in any state that isn't California, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Oregon, Hawaii, or Maine, then you are probably well aware of this epidemic. Epidemic? Yeah, that's totally what I meant to say. But yeah, I mean, even if you live in those states, you probably are aware of this because of news reports, but you probably don't experience it quite much yourselves. Calling it an epidemic sounds bad, which it kind of is. I understand underage kids shouldn't be using products of any kind containing nicotine, but I would much rather kids and young adults use vaporizer devices instead of cigarettes. I'm just going to throw some quick statistics out there and get on with my little rant. Teens are more likely to use vaporizer devices than actual cigarettes. Males are more likely to vape. Teens who vape first are more likely to smoke cigarettes than those who don't. Over 30% of upperclassmen in high school vape. Vaping or smoking cigarettes has never caused popcorn lung, and it probably never will, despite fear-mongering ads saying it does. E-liquid companies are no longer allowed to put diacetyl, the chemical that causes popcorn lung, in vape juice. The average cigarette contains 6,718 micrograms of diacetyl, while the max diacetyl found in vape juice is 9 micrograms. Under the impression of current studies, vaping is far less harmful than smoking. Now, on to my rant. At my high school, we now have something called the Juul Police. See, we have so many kids at our school who use Juuls, which if you live under a rock, are tiny little vapes that are about the size of a graphite container, and they look almost like a USB stick. The Juul Task Force is basically, you see someone vaping or you know someone has one, tell one of the staff, and the kid gets suspended, and then you get a crisp $5 bill. Now, I know so many kids that use a Juul, or who have used a Juul, and there was a kid in my history class even that would hit his Juul out of his sleeve and constantly go to the bathroom to drag on it. He was even hitting it when the assistant principal was in the classroom one time with his back turned. There are kids who sneak off to the parking lot during lunch to vape, and damn near every time you enter a bathroom at my school, you walk in on a group of 3 to 4 people ripping on Juuls. Most of the kids who Juul or vape that I'm aware of are seniors, and while I don't really see a problem with it, as most seniors are 17 or older, it's starting to bleed into the lower grades. I myself started vaping in my sophomore year. My friend's mom had a vape, and I would always rip on it whenever I was over there, which was fairly often. So I would just on and off hit a vape and never got addicted to nicotine, never felt a want to hit or anything. I just liked the little head high it gave me. But I actually became addicted to nicotine in April of this year after purchasing a mod off of one of my ex-coworkers. I would get my older friends and my friends' cool parents to buy me juice or coils or whatever else I needed. I've been vaping pretty much every day since April, and to be honest with you, it really sucks. I understand why some kids do it, whether it be a shitty home life or wanting something consistent in their life, but seriously, if you're going to do it, keep it out of school at the least. If you're that addicted to nicotine that you can't go the 7 hours without a drag or puff, then you need to seek help. The world, your job, your loved ones, they aren't going to slow down because you need a puff. Some jobs in my area are actually docking pay for smoking breaks. And another thing is if you're a smoker, your insurance rates will go up, even if you vape. And they go up pretty bad. If you have a nicotine addiction, talk to someone. Talk to a doctor or your parents or anyone you can trust. Even school counselors work. Just make sure you don't bring that shit to school when you tell them, and make sure not to tell them whether or not your parents know, because that can get your parents in trouble for real. Anyways, I can always breathe clearly and everything, and I haven't really noticed any changes in my health, or I've never gotten sick really from it. I have gotten nauseous a couple times when I first started because, nicotine is a poison in high amounts. But let me tell you, waking up every morning and having my first instinct be to grab my vape really sucks. I don't like leaving the house without my vape, but do it anyway, and the first thing I do when I get home is hit it. Being addicted to nicotine just sucks. Having something control your life and dictate your schedule sucks. having to worry about battery life and juice is very similar to what cigarette smokers have to go through. My dad used to smoke and talks about his constant worry about how many cigarettes he had and when he'd have to get more. He's saying his breaks at work would slow down his productivity and stuff like that, you know? So if you don't vape or smoke cigarettes now, please don't start. Like, seriously, please don't start. It's probably the stupidest thing I've ever done, and I can't wait to quit. But for right now, I think I'm going to keep doing it. I'm definitely not going to smoke cigarettes, though. Fuck that.